Well, I'm excited to welcome you to this week's episode of the Elite Advisor Report. What we're going to do is go over the 3 keys to becoming an in-demand, very important, client-centric, extremely important advisor to the affluent. And we define affluent as people with over $1 million of investable assets. Now, I want you to walk away from this video with 3 key takeaways. The very first is how you're going to develop a deep and meaningful understanding of your client's world and prospective clients, so your future and current clients, world today in an ongoing basis, so that you can really serve them well. And equally important, how you communicate your ideas and possible solutions in a way that really resonates with your clients so they're inspired to take action. And then how you can use empathy to connect with your clients over time so that they're going to identify for you more opportunities to serve them and add tremendous value to their lives. Oof, that's huge. I'm John Bowen, CEO and founder of CEG Worldwide, and let's get started. Okay, let's dive in. Here's a fact. I'd like to think that you already know, but I got to tell you, my partner Russ Allen Prince and I have done a lot of research on everything around wealth, including financial advisors, and I know, unfortunately, many of your peers aren't there yet. So what are we talking about? So the very first thing, if you're not focused on delivering what we call a world-class client experience, you're going to find it unbelievably hard to move up market. And just about everybody watching this video, I'm pretty sure, would like to work with wealthier clients. To serve them, to attract and serve them, and build a business that supports the quality of life that you want. I mean, this is huge. If you can attract and serve wealthy clients, you can build a great business. And the good news is you can do something about it starting right now. And that's really what I want to do in this video. Here's the driving force. There's a concept we call the human element. This is so important. Why? Well, I got to tell you, most advisors, and this is whether you're a financial advisor, investment advisor, attorney, accountant, other professional, you have effectively a hammer. You've got a solution you like to do, and every affluent client is a nail, and you're looking to do that. When you bring in the human element, something changes. The human element is you, and your ability to understand that prospective client or your current client and provide them with a bespoke solution is huge. They want that help. They want to move from being, kind of a commodity to really this bespoke solution. And there's 3 ways, essential things that I want to cover here. 3 essential ways to put this human element so that you really understand the client and can put it to work for them. The very first thing is what we call client-centered discovery. It's really asking a series of questions so that you understand what are their most pressing concerns so you can help them. Second is be able to communicate effectively, coherently, connected communication, connect the dots. This is what they're concerned, and this is how they can address those concerns so they make smart decisions about their wealth. And that you have an ongoing, deep, and intimate relationship with them so they are extremely comfortable that you get them, that either you have the knowledge or your team of experts has the knowledge to help them make smart decisions about their money so they can be inspired to action. And we talked about in a previous episode of rediscovery using the total client model. This is a great way of doing client-centered discovery, is asking a series of questions around 7 major themes. We start with values. What's important about money to you? And this Bill Bacharach, a very good friend of mine, popularized this and brought it to our industry. It's been around in other industries since the 50s, but this is really important. If we're going to connect emotionally with clients, and clients, 84% of the clients want to connect with you emotionally first and then justify it through logic, engaging you. Unfortunately, what we all want to do is persuade them how much value we can bring. Well, we want to understand their values, their goals. What are they proud of in the past? What do they want to accomplish going forward? The relationship. What are the most important relationships? You can see the very first three themes of questions are all about connecting with them emotionally. Then we go into the logic part, the asset and liability questions, their advisors, who are they working who are they working with, and how, what are the relationships with their current advisors, financial advisors, investment advisors, attorneys, accountants, and other professionals. And then how do they want to work with you? Process. And then go back emotionally with what do they enjoy doing when they're not working. Okay, that is how you can really get a tremendous amount of knowledge about the client. The key here is that you have to be empathetic as you're going through. And this is why it's so powerful, is by being empathetic, what happens is that you really are able to connect with them. And because of that empathy, you can inspire action, which is so powerful. Here's a process. Russ and I recently wrote a book called Everyone Wins. It's one of our few books that's on Amazon, and you can go ahead and acquire it there. But let me give you the 4-step process that we do, and we train every advisor in our coaching program. Very first step is to tune in. And what do we mean by this? This is impactful listening. So many of us want to persuade people. And financial advisors, many have really gotten good at sales. Well, the problem here is if we want to serve and deliver a world-class client experience, nobody wants to be sold to anymore. We all want to buy. We want to be inspired to action. So when you tune in, you want to recognize that you should talk no more than 10% in any discovery meeting. So we're going to tune in. Then we're going to ask a series of questions. Now, if it's an initial intake, what we're going to do is ask a series of questions. The 7th series of questions from the Total Client Model is a great way to do it. And if it's an existing client or we're doing a check-in call, right now, as I'm recording this, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, what happens, with everything going on politically, economically, and socially? What do we all want to talk about? We want to talk about our health and financial. And financial, I don't mean, the situation with regards to our portfolio, what we want to do with it. If we have a business, we want to talk about this. If we're an entrepreneur, if we're employed, we want to talk about our job. If we're a professional, we want to talk about our practice and how we're doing, how we are going to get through this crisis, challenges. And one of the things that as you're creating these discovery questions is you want to really understand the key concerns that the affluent have. And that opens up the opportunity to serve. And as you're doing it, you're going to be empathetic. You're going to have the natural curiosity that brought you to being a financial advisor. And then in turn, really, ask them for clarity. Make sure that you understand their concerns so that they understand you get it. They know that you care at that point. And then what we do is we want to identify where we're aligned. So their concern are, their self-interest. You're building the business that you want to build is your self-interest. And we want to look at, is there any alignment here? And in many cases, if you're delivering wealth management, of course there are. But also there's going to be occasions where you don't provide that specific service, but you can introduce them to other resources or people that will be what we call a value added. So the 4 steps are tune in, Second is discovery. Remember that you're always judged by the quality of the questions you ask. Third is empathy, that you connect with them, that you care, you get them. And the fourth is alignment / value added. To the extent you're aligned, that you can provide those services in the collective enlightened self-interest, you're going to do that. And to the extent that you don't, but you know of other resources, you're going to introduce them to those resources or those individuals. And that's going to inspire tremendous action. And by doing that, what's going to happen is not only are they going to work with you, but they're going to want to share you with other of their friends, the people they care about, their friends, their family, and their colleagues. And that allows you to race up this hierarchy of advisor success. And this is all about speed, on how you can become, no matter where you are on this hierarchy, how you can become an elite advisor, netting an income consistently of over $1 million a year, all while serving your clients exceptionally well. And here at CG, we believe you can build an amazing life of significance. And we define it as where you can take care of the people you love, the causes you care about, make a difference in the world by serving fewer and wealthier clients extremely well. And we believe you can do it faster and with less effort than you thought possible if you put the systems in place. Now, one of the questions we get, I hear all the time, is, John, will you take a look at our practice to see what we should specifically do to accelerate our success even more? And the answer is a resounding yes. We have, a team that every day works with financial advisors just like you to show you the specific actions that you can take to fast track your success up that hierarchy of advisor success. And we call it, a strategy session. And that strategy session, no matter where you're watching it, there should be a link somewhere around here, because we have this, kind of going out ubiquitous, our blog. But you can always go back to our website, cegworldwide.com, and there'll be a link there to schedule your strategy call. We call it a best year ever consultation, where we take a look at where you are now, where you want to go, and what is the gap, so that what would be the 3 things we would do to accelerate your success even more in building a simple and elegant business that allows you to race up this hierarchy of advisor success quicker and with less effort than you ever thought possible, while delivering a great world-class client experience to your current clients, to your future clients, and in partnership with the centers of influence, attorneys, accountants, and other professionals. I got to tell you, they're all counting on you. Look forward to seeing you at our next strategy session.